Welcome to Sound and Communications Viewpoint. This segment is going to be talking about the FCC's ruling on white spaces and its effect on wireless microphones. With me today are Jerry Budge with Tongue Laboratories, Darren Cheshier of SKC, and I'm Jay Paul with AVI-SPL. I'd like to start off really with a question, and the question is, what is the White Spaces Initiative, and how does it affect wireless microphones in broad terms?
The White Spaces is an initiative by the federal government to allow new wireless devices to operate within the open-air bands of TV channels. Right now, that's where wireless microphones live. Okay, the FCC has done a lot of testing over the last 4 years and worked with these companies and worked with wireless microphone technology companies to try to allow both of those types of devices to live in the white spaces environment.
Okay, so what kind of devices do you understand are going to be sharing the white spaces with wireless microphone users?
They could be anything from new high-tech cell phones to high-speed broadband access to rural areas of the country.
Okay, so these devices are going to occupy the same areas that we're currently occupying now.
That's correct, yeah.
My understanding is that the bandwidth, as we've talked about in previous show, from 700 megahertz up is no longer available to wireless microphone users as of the digital transition. So we're now short of bandwidth from.
Right. We've lost bandwidth, and now the bandwidth that we're left with, we now have to share with other devices at the same time.
So how is the sharing going to be implemented? How do we make sure that a wireless microphone is not stepped on by somebody's handheld wireless device?
Well, supposedly the wireless microphone industry doesn't have to do anything. Okay, they were there first. They get to use the spectrum. What will happen is these new devices, as they come out, are going to be tested by the FCC, and they're going to have what they call spectrum sensing technology, which basically says, are there any devices out there in use at the current time? And if there are, they have to go find a different frequency. Okay.
Wasn't there a test at, I believe it was an NFL preseason game, to kind of do a soft run to see if there was an interactivity problem? How did that go?
Yes, there was a preseason game done this season.
Ravens, I think.
I think it was Washington Redskins and Baltimore Ravens, I think, were the two teams. And in an NFL game, whether it's preseason or regular season, there's probably, between all the different broadcasts that are going on, there's probably 100 wireless microphones going on at any one time. So a lot of RFs going on all at the same time, between microphones themselves, but also intercom and in-air monitors and those types of things. Okay, all
Did the
live
test
in
go
that
smoothly?
Not according to what I heard, no. So everything, not only did it step on the wireless microphones, but it also stepped on some of the broadcasting, the broadcast of the TV channels in that spectrum.
So, in other words, this was the first run of a technology that is supposed to be implemented in the future by broadband providers or software providers. I've heard companies such as Microsoft and Google will be building devices at some point in time or having them built to utilize this access.
Yes, that's correct. And it actually has been going on for about 4 years. They've been testing this now to the point where they had a first round of tests that just went miserably. The second round of tests did go better, but it's still nowhere where it needs to be yet.
Okay. Darren, thank you. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back after these messages.